Papoose, you have my lawyer's information. If you can't afford to retain a lawyer, since your lawyer that the number you gave us has not been retained yet, I told you I'll pay for it. If somebody over there that loves you wants to pay for it, great. That will make me happy. Everything is signed and ready to go. I don't want nothing. I'm not even asking for child support. My daughter's school, her babysitter, her nanny, her gymnastics, her swimming, her dancing, her healthcare, her all of that. I take care of it like I've always done. I don't need anything.
I just like to express this one thing. All these girls be like, thank you to my man. And I want to say, to my hands, thank you to my hands. To my hands, thank you to my hands. Listen, for me knowing how to fight and me training hard, I make millions of dollars just from beating people up. So, to my hands, thank you to my hands. To my hands, thank you to my hands.
Them days is over. You don't get that grace from me anymore. That was Remy Ma. Unbothered and done. No long speech, no emotional breakdown. Just one sentence that hit harder than any diss track ever could. Welcome back to Tea with Stella, where the tea is always hot, always real. And today it is absolutely boiling. Because what has been unfolding around Papoose, Claressa Shields, 50 Cent, and a man named Maserati Bud is not just drama. This is a full season of television happening in real time. And we are going to break down every single layer of it today. Grab your cup. Let's go.
That's why I said I love him. I love having his support. You know what I'm saying? His support is like very, very different from what I've had in the past, and how he speaks to me and stuff is very different. There you go. We deserve each other.
So let's start at the beginning, because for a long time, the internet had a very clear picture of this situation. Claressa Shields was the woman caught up in a messy situation with a married man. People criticized her. People judged her. And a lot of people, whether they admitted it or not, felt a little sorry for her too, because it looked like she was emotionally invested in something that wasn't fully hers. But then the narrative shifted. And it shifted fast. Suddenly, people started looking at the situation differently. What if Claressa wasn't the emotional all-in party that everyone assumed she was? What if she had been quietly keeping her options open the entire time, while the public's attention was completely focused on her situation with Papoose? Because once that theory started circulating, everything looked different. Every post, every interview, every public moment.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been finding this fuck for a long time now. Real shit. Like, naturally just fire. Just naturally just, really just tea. It's like not even having to try. Put on a t-shirt, put on some jeans, put on some shoes, and I just been like, eating them down.
And Papoose, he apparently had no idea. By all online accounts, he seemed completely confident that his situation with Claressa was locked in, secure, no distractions, no competition, no surprises. He was moving like a man who thought he had the full picture. Spoiler alert, he did not have the full picture, not even close. And the name that blew that picture apart? Maserati Bud. But we'll get there. Now, while all of this is simmering, 50 Cent decides it's time to turn up the heat, because 50 had been going back and forth with Papoose since January. AI memes, viral posts, social media jabs, the kind of online beef that keeps feeding itself every time someone hits repost. Papoose eventually responded by dropping a diss track. And look, credit where it's due. He showed up. But showing up and winning are two completely different things. Because when you go at 50 Cent musically, you better come with something undeniable. And what Papoose brought, the internet said Thanks, but no
married.
thanks.
Claressa Shields is a very good example of how you can literally hand a man over. Take that hoe. Here, take him. You can literally let a woman have a man, and she will spend the rest of her relationship being obsessed with you because she has become obsessed with the idea of being chosen over you. So now it has turned into a strange obsession for you because she can't figure out why you're so at ease by walking away from a man that she is so madly in love with. And the only thing that'll give her an ego boost, a high from the fact that he chose her, is if she could get under your skin.
And something interesting happened. 50 Cent went quiet, just like that. And the moment 50 goes quiet, the internet starts watching even harder because everyone knows 50 Cent doesn't go quiet because he's done. He goes quiet because he's loading. And Claressa, bless her heart, took that silence as a victory. She started speaking confidently online like Papoose had gained the upper hand. And I just want to say, honey, that was too early. You do not celebrate against 50 Cent until the final buzzer because that man does not stop. And right on cue, 50 Cent came back. And this time he didn't come with memes. He came with a name, Maserati Bud. 50 publicly suggested that Papoose should be asking Claressa some very specific questions about Maserati Bud. He even claimed there was Ring camera footage connected to the whole situation. And the moment he said that, the internet went into full investigation mode. People were pulling timelines, cross-referencing posts, connecting dots that hadn't even been connected yet.
She's gonna find out just how unhinged she really the fuck is. Y'all think that I'm unhinged.
Then came the photo. 50 posted an image of Claressa and Maserati Bud together in a studio, and the caption pointed directly at Christmas, as in, this was happening during Christmas. The same Christmas when Papoose was reportedly with Remy Ma and their daughter, presenting a united family image, while Claressa was supposedly sitting at home alone. Or was she? Because suddenly that whole Christmas narrative collapsed. If Claressa had company, if Maserati Bud was there, then everything the internet thought they knew about that holiday period was wrong. And when a story that people thought they understood completely flips overnight, the conversation does not slow down. It explodes. Claressa did not stay quiet. She came out and explained that Maserati Bud had only been at her home because he came with her friend Nene. Nothing romantic, nothing secretive. Just a regular visit that the internet turned into something it wasn't. Reasonable explanation, right? Should have settled things down. Except then she released a recorded phone call between herself and Maserati Bud. Publicly for the whole internet to hear. And that is where things got messy all over again. Because instead of calming people down, that recording became the new obsession. Every single second of that call got analyzed. Every pause, every laugh, every word choice. And the loudest question wasn't even about what was said. It was, why was this call recorded in the first place? Why does someone record a private phone call and then post it publicly unless they're expecting to need it as evidence? He was not happy because now his name, his voice, his private conversation, all of it was out in the world without his permission. He felt used. And when someone feels used, they stop being quiet. And that is exactly what happened next. Maserati Bud started talking, and what he said completely changed the game. He confirmed that his connection with Claressa was, in his own words, deeper than friendship. He said Claressa wanted something more serious. He preferred to keep things casual. He never promised exclusivity. And just like that, the entire story rewrote itself. Now, it's not just about whether something happened. Now it's about what Claressa wanted, what Maserati Bud was willing to give, and how all of this was playing out in the background while the public was watching the Papoose drama in the foreground. Two different situations, two different men, And Claressa, right in the middle of both of them, public opinion didn't just shift, it shattered. Because now people aren't debating whether Claressa was a victim or a strategist. Now they're debating something much more human. What happens when someone is looking for love in the wrong places and the whole world ends up watching? And through all of this, Remy Ma has been right there, watching, unbothered. And every now and then, dropping one sentence that cuts through everything like a knife. She didn't release a diss track. She didn't post photo evidence. She didn't record any phone calls. She said what she had to say. Them days is over. You don't get that grace from me anymore. And let the universe do the rest. That is what a secured woman looks like. That is what someone with a real legacy looks like. She doesn't need to fight for the narrative because the narrative already belongs to her. While everyone else is scrambling, posting, deleting, recording, defending, Remy is simply existing. And winning Claressa's image is in pieces. Papoose is exposed from every angle. And Maserati Bud is now a main character in a story he probably never wanted to be in. But Remy Ma, she's exactly where she's always been, on top, unbothered. And right, as usual, and that, my love, is your tea for today. Served fresh, served hot, served with absolutely zero sugar coating right here on Tea with Stella. So let me ask you this, because I genuinely want to know what you think. Was Claressa playing chess this whole time, or did she get caught in her own game? Drop it in the comments. I am reading every single one. If this is your first time at the table, welcome. Pull up a chair, subscribe, hit the bell, and don't you dare miss what's coming next. Because the story, it is far from over. Tea with Stella, always watching, always spilling. See you in the next one.